I think experts are hurting a heck of a lot more people than they're helping. I mean, look at all the experts we have in this country. And what drives them, I think, is just trying to make more money out of their expertise. So as long as they make you believe that they know the answer to everything, you'll give them a lot more money, right? If they say they really don't know, man, well, what are you paying them for, right? So it's a chicken and egg thing, but it's hurtful for the rest of us. Look, we had the smartest people in the world, in our country, that graduated with PhDs from the best schools that ran to Wall Street, because they were paying everybody so much money, and they crashed the whole world, right? And so it's in your personal decisions, I feel it's the same way. We run to experts thinking that, boy, this expert knows the answer, that expert knows the answer. We just get the secret. We go pay, spend lots of money on seminars. Oh, I'm going to get the secret from this person. They don't know the answer for you. We all have our own answers because we all have different lives. They can't, but they have to pretend and show you that they know the answer, so you give them a lot of money. And most of their answers aren't going to work for you. You have to find the answer within yourself. That's what it's all about. And it upsets me because it makes you more helpless. All of us become more helpless if we have to rely on other people. Sure, they may be a little smarter, but God, we know what's right for us. No one knows, and we're all complex individuals. And sure, we could get advice that may be helpful, but they can't be dogmatic and tell you what's right for you. They don't know you. Man, they're scared as hell. They don't even know what they're doing. So like an investment advisor, right? They don't know what's going on. Look, they crashed the whole world. So you're paying them all this money? Now, that's nonsense. But to me, an honest person, if they're loving too, and they want to be your friend, oh, I'm going to help you so much because I'm your friend and I love you. Bullshit. If you really love me, you would ask me what I want to do, not what you want to do and what you think the answer is. We're all struggling in this world, and that's why they if they give you an honest answer about, hey, I'm scared as hell and I have no idea what I'm doing, I'm guessing every day. That's why I wear the question mark suit, because I think that's beneath everything in us. We're all scared as hell. None of us know what we're doing. Even the experts. No, but they have to pretend, they're God and they know the answer. And that's not loving in a way. I don't want to be around people like that. If you're right and I'm wrong, well then that's a power game, and they want to have the power, but they don't know. They're just as scared as you are, and they may know something about a certain area, but that's not right. And look at you come to me about writing a book, because I wrote so many books. Well, I've written 100 and only 10 made money, so I'm wrong 90% of the time. Sure, I may know a little more than you, but I don't know what the hell works. Nobody knows what really works, and that's why what really works is what's unique about us, and we have to dig down within ourselves, to bring that out. And if we're copying other people, man, that worked once for them or whatever the heck it was, and that's. And another thing, if you do that with somebody else, then you're going to not learn from the mistake. You try somebody else's magic formula, and you fall on your ass because 9 out of 10 times you will, then you don't learn. You just blame that asshole. I knew he was creepy or not right. But if it's your own idea and your passion and to do, and when you fail, you'll take that failure apart more and try to understand from it. Learning, how to hit a golf ball may be one thing, but until you get out and hit it and see how difficult it is, and you find your own way to do it. You could take someone's instructions, but it's going to be your own way. We're all just so different, especially doing things in life that are so complicated, and no one now knows what's going on. So that's why, be careful of these experts, man. You want somebody to help you do what you want to do, and not be judgmental and pretend they are God and they know the answer. Shit, they don't know. They're all guessing and they're all scared as hell. So go out and do it your way and fail, and you'll learn better and grow better. Well, the internet keeps creating incredible income opportunities where now we all don't have to be a wage slave somewhere or working at some job that we really don't like, or have control of your life. I mean, that's the important thing. I think being independent is not having someone else control your life. Well, here's another way, and I've talked about a lot of them before. If you want to look at other videos on YouTube/Matthew Lesko 70, you'll see them. But this is what to do with fun technology, man. If you have an interest in technology, man, you can make money at home, playing with your technology gadget, whether it's drones or even 3D printers. Like now, if you want a 3D printer, you can get these things for like $400 or so now. So you can be in business for $400, and you go to the websites that get you business. See, that's the thing. If you go to like makexyz.com, that's where people, hey, I want something made for 3D printing with 3D printers, but I don't have one. I don't want to figure it out. And see, you get one of these things and figure it out. People teach themselves this kind of stuff all the time. And you could join a local maker's place, which are around the country, and they help you, like for $50 a month, you go and talk to all the experts in the world. See, people aren't going to classes and paying big money to learn stuff anymore. They learn for free from their friends and other people on the internet. Anybody can learn anything now themselves, and then you use that expertise and start a business out of it. And for one of these technology products like 3D printers or so, it costs almost nothing. And see, the great thing about this, the business comes to you because there's platforms, websites where people go to looking for people like to do this kind of stuff. Do a drone video for you. Hey, I want to have somebody go over this property and take pictures of it for me, or videos, or watch me playing golf or something like that. Videos of that, or surfboarding, or this kind of crazy thing, or follow my wife, to see what she's really doing. Right, you could be your own NSA. Yeah, and actually, one of them, there's something called gofordrones.com. That's what they're saying. Not only you could like have a drone follow you home because you're going through a neighborhood you're a little worried about. Wow, that's amazing. Or you can't make it to a party. This drone will fly over the party for you and see what it's looked like and show you right on your phone. You can see this. They stream the video. It's incredible what's going on now. And these drones are down to almost $400 or so to have. I was running the other day in the field and I said, "What are you guys doing there? Is that a drone?" He said, "Yeah, they're playing with their drone." So now that kind of stuff is all. And so for the printing, 3D printing, and see, I talk to even people, entrepreneurs are raising money to start a business, and they want to produce these things. Like some guy had these glasses he want to have made. Actually, it's a holder for a wine glass in your shower, and they're little plastic things. So he would hire these 3D printers all around the country that grind them out, these people on their kitchen tables, and pay them for that because he didn't need millions. It's not mass merchandising anymore. It's merchandising by the masses. So you and I are making stuff, or whatever, right at our home. And that's what 3D printing is about, and that's what the internet is about. And you're learning things about yourself too, and getting things done. And that's what. So it's at makexyz.com and skycatch.com/work mode. Skycatch, skycatch.com/work mode. That's a platform, where if you have a drone or you want to hire a drone, you go there and sign up there, and find all about this kind of stuff. I mean, boy, what imagine it. Well, what are you going to spend the rest of your day doing? Playing with my drone. Now that sounds better than getting dressed up in a suit, getting in traffic all day, going downtown, doing things that somebody else tells you to do, and waiting in traffic another hour and a half to get home. Man, see, that's the opportunities I feel, that are on the internet are going to make us all more self-reliant, selfish, more self-sufficient, and more fun in life. Because if you're having fun, man, you're going to share that fun with the people around you, and that's what's cool. and then so everybody's happier, you're exuding, you know, this happiness to everybody else, then you become more lovable. That's how you become more lovable. If you're having fun. If you're not having fun, you're miserable. Nobody wants to love you. Yeah. And the other drone is gofordrones.com. That's the one that says, hey, we'll videotape that party you couldn't make so you could see it, yeah. Or get pictures of you on this big mountain that you're climbing or something. Ah, gosh, I mean, it's just a whole new world. Or safety reasons, you know, man, a drone following you around, or follow your kid up to school as he gets off the bus because you couldn't make it, you know. Wow. The possibilities are endless. Well, here's another reason why more and more of us are going to be working for ourselves in this country. I read an article about a business called Spotify. Now, if you're an older guy like me and don't walk around with earplugs in your head all day, listen to music, people know, listen to a little more music, know Spotify, because it's a young company started in 2006, and it's a place to get music. Now, listen, they have 60 million users, but only like 15 million pay. So, most people get it for free. But more importantly, they have a worth now, a net worth, a value of their company of about $7 billion. Okay, they're about to go public and raise another $500 million or whatever, and they estimate that this company now is worth $7 billion, and they only have like 1,200 or 1,500 employees, something like that. Now, $7 billion. This is the new economy. See, then things that are growing. See, back in the industrial age, you know, when we were building companies, you know, when the railroads and Republic Steel and all these, you know, Boeing aircraft, they employed hundreds of thousands of people. Now these new businesses employ hardly anybody. 1,000 employees, or 1,500 or whatever, it's a guess everybody has, for a $7 billion company. Now another company worth $7 billion that you may know is Subway. Now Subway, you know, the sandwich shop, you know, they have 43,000 stores, and they're worth about $7 billion. But with 43,000 stores, if you say like 5 employees per store, that's like 200,000 employees, right, that they've done. Spotify has $7 billion of value with like 1,000 employees, or 2,000 if you want to give them the benefit of a doubt. Subway is worth $7 billion, and they have 200,000 employees or something. So that's why you know, you can't look at these new companies or the growth that's happening. This is where the growth is in our society. So if we're growing as a country, we're not really growing jobs in these new kind of businesses, and we'll have to create them ourselves. And that's what more and more people are doing, because they see that's the value of it. And see, these companies that are creating all this wealth, it's just for a handful of people on top, right? So all the more reason why you want to be on top of something and not underneath, because there's not too many people underneath anymore that's sharing in that wealth. So if you're thinking about, you know, starting any kind of little venture yourself, you don't need a lot of money anymore these days. You need zero. You just need customers. And now I've showed you a lot of you know, interviews I've done and videos on my YouTube channel, youtube.com/MatthewLesko70, that show you ways to get customers. All you need is an idea, a service, a little product, or an idea for a product or whatever, and start getting money and start a business. If you need help with any kind of, you know, business, or you're thinking about, you know, what do I need? Do I need legal help? Do I have to write a business plan? Do all that kind of nonsense, which you probably don't need anyway. But if you want to get those answers from a professional, you can get that professional help for free. And there's a series of organizations around the whole country called Small Business Development Centers, and you find them at americassbdc.org. So Americas, AMERICAS, and then spdc.org, and there's thousands of offices around the country. Find your local one, make an appointment, they're free or whatever. If you can't find them, you just call 211 and you say, hey, I need some free help to start a business. Because so many organizations like that and other peer-to-peer, in other words, friends that help people or other people start businesses, and meetup groups and things like that that you could use to get expertise. And never buy that expertise on the internet. You go, oh, I need to know a legal problem, and I'll go there, and you'll see some lawyer charge you $200 an hour. No, you get all that for free. Or you need a management consultant. Nah, you get all that for free. And whatever. So that's why it's as easy it is, to now I guess my logic was funny as it was coming out of my mouth, but it's now so easy to get all you need to start a business, and it doesn't require capital. There's so many businesses that don't require any capital at all. And that's really the way, in my mind, to be more independent, that you have control over that job. So you have 100% control over what you're doing, how you do it, or whatever, and you're responsible, ultimately responsible. Man, that's a way to grow. If you have all the responsibility, not pointing at somebody else, they're responsible for your success or whatever, that you're responsible for it. And then you can grow as much as you can, and nobody's holding you back growing. So even if you do it part-time, full-time, or anytime, that's available in our society now, and it's a lot easier now than ever before, and you need to do it now, I think, more than ever before. Okay, now this is typical of what the average American knows about government programs. You realize there's 30 million people who don't realize they could get a grant now to help them pay for health insurance. Right, this is the Obamacare program. I mean, it's remarkable that 30 million people get don't have health insurance now. That's how many people are left in this country without health insurance. 30 million. Yep. And how important is that? And people who don't have health insurance are probably lower income, and actually people lower income don't live as long as people with more income. So that's all the more reason for people with lower income to get health insurance and get covered. And it's amazing. So of these 40 million people, half the people are eligible for at least some kind of grants, and probably more. I mean, the people who signed up for Obamacare already, 86% of the people signed up got a subsidy. Now listen to this. This is another important one. The average premium, that means what you pay, the average person who signed up for Obamacare, the average they pay a month is $100. That's it. Remember health insurance, it was $400 or $500 a month for a family. The average is paying $100. Now also remember, and this is important now or all the time, that the income for being qualified for free health insurance, this is Medicaid, free health, you don't pay a nickel. Now that has gone up all over the country, and depending on the state you're in, how much income you get. Some states it's up to like almost $50,000, $47,000 or more, as a family could be earning and get complete health care coverage for their family. Wow! And see, you could sign up for that health care coverage anytime. You don't have to wait for enrollment, like enrollment just closed and whatever, and it'll open again in a few months down the road. But you could go to healthcare.gov right now and see if you're eligible for free stuff. So if you're not making 50 grand or more, it probably won't apply to you. But you want to start figuring out how to apply for next time if you are. Because under 50 grand, go to healthcare.gov and find out if you can still get it for free, because you can apply anytime. if you apply for Medicaid. It doesn't have to wait for open enrollment. And what's so interesting, I mean, sure, there are people that hate Obamacare and everything, and they argue, and what the hell, it's the only game in town, and it's reasonable for lower income people. I think some higher income people are getting screwed on premiums or something like that, but man, Why do we have to worry about them? We have to worry about the 30 million people who don't have coverage. And the neat what's about Obamacare to me is that it's going to create so many more opportunities for entrepreneuring now. Because, say, if so many people stayed in jobs they hate, being a wage slave. They stayed there because of health care. Now you can go out, and the average person only pays $100 a month to get health care coverage. That's when you're making money. If you don't have money, it goes up to $50,000 to get health care coverage for free. So that's a whole new ball game for people doing what they want in life. And what's neat too about it, I think Obamacare, one of the good points is that preventive care. See, all preventive care services, no out-of-pocket expense. You don't pay a nickel extra. You just call the doc and show up. They give you free physicals, screenings on anything. You worry about cancer, diabetes, blood pressure, or you worry about you're too fat and you want to do on diet plan. All those kinds of services to keep you healthy. They're free. They're free. Mammograms, physical checkups. Your yearly physical checkup, free. You don't pay out of pocket. You don't, well, that will be a $50 copay, Mr. Lesko. No, you don't pay any of that stuff. And that's what's neat about this program. And sure, I mean, I don't think none of us should be paying for healthcare, but that's my opinion. And other people, there's some other people got screwed and they have to pay more for their expensive coverage or whatever. I don't understand that. I don't think I care. But for the average person, that coverage, particularly if you're not making a ton of dough, man, you gotta be careful. Because you're going to cost the whole society a lot more by not being covered and not getting preventive care. That's what keeps you healthy, man. I've never gone to the hospital in my life, and the health insurance market made a ton off of me in my life. I never spent any. I've never been in a hospital since tonsils, and I'm 71 years old. I never had really any kind of emergencies or problems, so they got a deal on me. But that's what insurance is, so everybody's covered. And if you're not taking care of yourself day by day, then you're going to get a big bill somewhere because you went to pot. And now with coverage, preventive care is all free, and that's important. So check this out. If you're making 50 grand or less, you call up now. You go to the website now, healthcare.gov, and find out if you're eligible for your state, for Medicaid, because it varies. The income varies from state by state, and then the next enrollment comes up. Make sure you get coverage, man. You're going to make your family and friends a lot better, and actually the rest of us in society. We're all covered. We're all living more healthily. Or is that the word? You know what I mean? It's good for everybody. Take care. Now, the greatest thing about raising money for your idea or your business or anything is that they throw you more money than you asked for. I mean, just like, could you imagine going to a bank and say, well, I need $10,000 for this business idea I want to start at home, and I think it's a good idea, and here's the paperwork and the mountains of paperwork and all that kind of stuff. And they're 9 times out of 10, they say, oh, we can't lend you that much. We'll only lend you $5,000. Imagine if you went in and asked for $6,000 for a business idea. It's a little idea you had. It wasn't technical or fancy or it was really low-tech idea. A little piece of plastic that floats in water and helps your avocados grow. That's all. I don't know much about avocados, but and if you went into a bank and asked for $60 and say, $6,000, and they say, no, I think we ought to give you $60,000. And by the way, you don't have to pay it back. That's what happens on the internet. That's what's going on now. This guy put his idea, to put your idea on the internet, you don't have to fill out paperwork and financial statements. They don't even ask for a credit check. That's right. You can be just out of jail or on your way to jail, whatever. And still, and it's the crowds. It's the power of people who are a big world community to say, hey, do you like that idea? And if they do, they start throwing you money. And money you don't have to pay back, because what they do is they give you money ahead of time to go make your product, because he needed like $6,000 to make his product, and they got 60. And as the time we're doing this, he's not even finished, and he's up to 60 already. He never did this before. He had no idea what to do. He's an IT guy. And this is the idea. He has nothing to do with technology whatsoever. Your grandma could have thought of this, and done it. But what the power of the internet now is, if they see an opportunity, they give you more money, and they don't ask for anything in return. Sure, maybe you go to a venture capitalist and say, "Hey, boy, I'll give you not 6,000, but I think you could 60,000, but I want more of your company," and then they all want something back, and that's the problem with venture capital. It's like getting married, man. If you look for an investor, man, that's like looking for a husband or a wife, somebody you're gonna have to live with for the rest of your life on that project, So that's a very serious question, and or a proposition to do. And so that's why on the internet, getting money through crowdfunding, man, you don't have to get married. This is a one-night stand. They throw money at you because you're going to give them product when you're done, finish making it. That's all. And you don't have to sign contracts. You don't have to do anything. You have to follow through on what you're going to say. Man, when has it been easier in the history of the world, to do things, except now? Watch this interview. Well, Daniel Kaliantis, what a beautiful name.
Thank you.
But more than that, you make beautiful avocados. Or actually, for like under $10, you get anybody to make beautiful avocados that's even more beautiful than your name. But Daniel, this device, this little plastic gadget you invented, just as the most elegant thing I've seen, the most useful thing I've seen, and purposeful and fun and everything, and it's going to make everybody in the world an avocado lover, aren't they?
Yes, I hope so.
Yeah. And you have one there you could show us what it looks like?
Yes, of course. It looks like this. Our device.
Right. And it just sits in the water, and you don't have to go through that. Oh, you're going to move your...
I show you the...
Yeah, okay. Oh, I see. Yeah. There it is. Oh, wonderful. There you're... Oh, that's the tree coming out already. I see. So now you can go away for the weekend and not worry about your avocados dying, huh?
That's correct.
So it took a busy IT guy like you to figure out that you're not going to want some little piece of, whatever it is, grow 24 hours a day, and you don't have that kind of time. And so you use your intelligence and your creativity and everything and invented this little plastic thing that solves everybody's problems.
Yes, yes, I was always trying to germinate one of those avocado pits, but I used the toothpick method with the toothpicks on top of the glass of water, but I never germinate because the water level always get down, and I was forgetting about it. And then when I was looking after them, they was hanging dry, and then the germination process was stopped. And then, yeah.
So the water always had to be at a certain level, and you'd forget about it for a while, and then these poor little guys were dying on you, huh?
Yes.
So you're really saving avocado seeds, aren't you? That's your mission. Yes. You don't want any more avocado seeds to die. So really, you're a humanitarian more than anything. Well, but it's such a delightful little gadget, and you're on Kickstarter now, and it's less than $10 US, and so you could go there and get these, and you'll be manufacturing soon because you only were looking for $6,500. You already have $30,000, and you got 2-3 more weeks to go.
That is correct. I'm very excited about it. I never had thought that it was going so high. So that's the reason, because I just want to raise like $6,500. But I'm very happy about this.
And now you're going to be an avocado mogul of the world, the king of avocados. That's amazing. You got thousands of people already, that want this. And by the way, what I love is your video on Kickstarter. It is so clever and unique and fun to watch and very authentic.
We made this here in this room. You see the machine Here's the 3D printer.
Oh, your 3D printer. That's where you make. Yeah. That's where those prototypes came out of, your own 3D printer?
Yes, here it's the plastic, and then it's
I see. So you're making it right there in your apartment, huh?
Yeah, you can also watch a video how the printer works on the website.
I see. That's wonderful. I mean, that's what's so neat now. Everybody, I mean, before, I mean, just think like 10 years ago, and maybe you're old enough to remember, you would have to go to some big company or some big venture capital or something. And now in your own apartment, you're making the suckers, selling the things, you got $30,000 and on the internet, to really finish it up. But I mean, and you're an IT guy, right? Software developer kind of stuff. And you studied that?
Yes, no, I'm in IT like when I was like 10 years old. I get my first computer, and then I was like working my way up. Right. So I never went to study IT. Just happened.
Well, they're the best people. Like you're developing avocado growing machines, and you're not even a farmer. I mean, I think that's the way of the world now. We can teach ourselves anything we want to do, right?
Yes, because you have the internet, you can watch everything you want, and you can learn everything you want, and it's so easy.
And you don't need to pay $50,000 for a year of college like we do in the United States. Now, Germany, it's free, so maybe you guys don't care, but but you can study the things that you're really interested in and contribute. Look at you. I mean, you said you're IT. Now, why do you like doing the avocado thing versus the IT that you have such a background in?
Yeah, because I like to create new stuff. I'm always trying to create new things and being creative. That's one of my hobbies. And yes, then I came up with the Avocado, and I just want to give it a try. And now it's very successful on Kickstarter. I never thought there would be so many people liking this little tool.
So is this more fun than the work you were really hoping to do for the rest of your life, or what?
Yeah, much more fun.
Really? So you're having more fun than what you thought you should be doing? Huh?
Yeah, because I do it. It doesn't feel like work when I'm working on it and like creating new stuff and optimizing the avocado. It's not. I don't feel it's work. It's more like having fun and watching something grow.
The avocado grow or what?
Yeah, avocado grow and avocado grow. Here's one of the avocados I grow.
There it is. It's coming. Wow. And you say you even have a lemon tree in your apartment you grew, huh?
Yes. I got the lemon, and then I got the seeds out of it, and then I put it in the soil, and then one year later,
that's amazing. So now, but with the avocado, you're saying that instead of, because here in the United States, avocados are very expensive, and then, it's a sophisticated fruit or whatever vegetable. I don't even know what it is. And so now you could grow them in your own apartment just with the seeds, but more importantly, I think it's now we're looking at more, local food. So now you can have your own local grown food in your apartment.
Yeah, you have to wait a couple of years because it needs to be a certain size, but then you can grow it onto your balcony or in your apartment. So, yeah.
And you say one of those trees could give you hundreds of avocados. That's amazing.
Yeah, when you place it outside, I don't think in the apartment, but when you put them outside in the garden, even more than 100. It's like a really big tree, and it's like an apple tree. That's like it's like the same.
And 5 years, at least at my age, I'm 71 now. 5 years is nothing. We're all going to 5. Hey, that's a drop in a hat to me. So I don't care. Look, we all stay at lousy jobs for 5 years very easily. Why can't we watch a plan that's going to give us satisfaction? And you had another wonderful device that that I heard an idea that was not as successful as the avocado in a way, but was very successful. That lets the meter maid call you when your time runs out of the meter, because in Germany they have to.
Right. Yes, that's correct.
And you're saying the laws in Germany is the meter maid has to determine what's the cheapest way, either call you or tow you. So they have to call you because it's cheaper than towing you, right?
Yes, that's correct.
That's amazing. And you have this little thing that you stick on the inside of your windshield, and the meter maid just pushes this button. It automatically calls you, and you type in a note and say, "I'll be there in 2 minutes. Don't worry." Yeah.
Yes, that's correct. And you have a little display.
Yeah, that's
Looks
terrific.
like
Oh, there it is. Yeah, what an ingenious stuff. Right, that's terrific. And now we got to get the laws changed in the United States so we could be as smart as you Germans. Man, that's terrific. Well, Daniel, you're terrific to talk to, and thank you for using your talents and take him away from all that IT stuff and doing something a little more fun in life. And so we go to find it at Avoseedo, AVOSEEDO.com.
That's correct.
And that's where to find it, or watch the video on Kickstarter or anything. And the parking one, I didn't write that down. Where is that at KP? What was that?
Towstop.com.
Towstop, TOWSTOP.com. And that's where to find out about a little gadget that keeps you from getting towed. That's wonderful. Daniel, keep creating and keep helping the rest of us. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye-bye.